This is a 10-part class. So this introduction, orientation, grounding is part 1. Congratulations, you've completed part 1. Now, part 2, we're going to really dive in with the geometric definition of dimensions, really establishing our metaphysical framework, these very specific structures that are the guiding architecture of observable reality. Then part 3 leads us into an exploration of the archetypal shapes upon which all time-bound entities are based. There are 5 absolutely perfect shapes, which are only possible in the timeless realms of our imaginations, our awareness, right? And so, Dan, you're totally right that metaphysics does have to do with specifically your awareness. It can only exist in the imagination, and yet it has this profound influence structuring everything we can perceive. Okay, so part 4, we'll see how these 5 perfect shapes provide the subtle superstructure for everything from galaxies to atoms to human anatomy and physiology. Having seen the what of creation, we'll then go into the how these things come to be. And part 5 shows us that how with the power of sound, the science of cymatics, and we'll discover the true significance of those troublesome pulsative asymmetries. And that'll probably be it for today's session. And we'll come back tomorrow and start with a summary, concentrate everything we've learned so far. That's part 6. And then part 7, we get into the specific shape of space. Space itself has shape. We usually think of it as this empty vacuum, like there's empty space between you and me, but no. Space is not empty. Space has specific shapes. So we'll get into that. And that takes us beyond the 3rd dimension, for which travel we need spheres and spheroids and the dynamic metaphysical structure known as the torus or the toroidal field. So that's part 8. And once we know about toroids, we'll go into part 9, which is how we bring it all into the human body. And this shows how we can be actively working and playing with everything we've learned so far for our personal health and wellness and keeping ourselves organized and bring it all into the body and make it really personal. And part 10 finally introduces the degrees of freedom and how all these metaphysical principles are not only the support structure for physical reality, but can serve as a guide through psychospiritual realms as well. That's what we're here to do. That's the summary of multi-dimensional essentials, masterclass in metaphysics. So without further ado, let's dive in.